Welcome to Variety's fourth quarter media earnings coverage. I'm Heidi Chung, media analyst and correspondent at Variety Intelligence Platform, and I'm joined by my fellow media analyst Kevin Tran to discuss Netflix's Q4 results. Netflix, of course, kicked things off for us on Thursday, and even though the fourth quarter results were pretty solid, it was the guidance for Q1 that just absolutely hammered the stock, Kevin. Do you think investors kind of overreacted to the news?
Yeah, I think that whenever Netflix reports, there's always a big reaction to their subscriber number, and this time coming up a little under their forecast they previously gave for the quarter. I don't think investors should truly be worried for Netflix's long term, even though the Q1 guidance is a little lower than they probably would have liked. With Netflix not being able to grow as much recently in the US and Canada region, just 7% of Netflix's total net adds of subscribers in 2021 came from the UCAN region. It's been increasingly been able to grow in regions like APAC and the EMEA region, which I think growth in those regions will be able to be sustained with the company's increasingly bigger focus on international content.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because it sounds like you're not too worried about the long-term growth prospects for Netflix, but one of their winning strategies and what Netflix is sort of known for is a really strong content library, right? So what are we expecting from 2022? Is it going to be better than 2021? Some big titles in the works, right?
Yeah, Netflix has said in previous investor letters that the content slate of 2022 will be improved over 2021 in terms of quantity of releases, but also pacing of releases. So last year was a year where we saw production schedules not just from Netflix, but from other companies affected by COVID delays. And I think we're going to see Netflix recover better from that this year. We're going to see returning titles from its big franchises like Bridgerton, Stranger Things returning in 2022. But also, as we touched upon earlier, the company's international content, kicked off, or with a bigger focus being placed on it now with the Squid Game hype. We'll be seeing series like a Korean version of Money Heist, which has been one of Netflix's biggest series ever. So definitely looking forward to that for Netflix in 2022.
I'm going to be watching so many different things, I think, this year. But we can't talk about Netflix or the streaming wars without talking about the competition in the space. I feel like it's at all-time highs. We have so many new platforms really trying to make its mark in the space. So are you concerned at all that Netflix is sort of a singular focused company? Do you think that it needs alternative revenue streams to really survive and then thrive and maintain its #1 spot in the streaming wars?
Yeah, I think Netflix definitely needs to be experimenting in other areas that can supplement its growth in content production and getting those in front of more eyeballs. But I don't necessarily think that Netflix should, significantly be trying to place the focus on areas other than its content.
Well, what about gaming? And what about its merchandise e-commerce site and stuff?
Right, so we've seen it recently push into those areas with its merch shop. It had 10 mobile games launch in 2021. But I view these as more of things that, serve the content rather than the content serving those things. And we've seen what a strong content slate can do for Netflix. Just this most recent quarter, Q4, saw the release of two of Netflix's biggest movies ever, like Red Notice and Don't Look Up, and it caught a lot of the hype of Squid Game, and we saw Q4 of 2021 be the best quarter for Netflix in 2021 in terms of net subs added.
Well, Netflix is the first one to kick things off for the media sector, so I'm really curious to see what the other big names in the space report as we really kick off this coverage with media earnings. Kevin, thank you so much. We always have so much fun talking about Netflix, and next time I'm sure you'll be back again too. And for more in-depth analysis on Netflix and the rest of the media sector, head over to variety.com/VIP.